Yo, what is up, YouTube? This is the MMA Cropaholic, and this is the first ever UFC breakdown that I am going to be doing on this YouTube channel. And it's been a long time coming, guys, because I've been watching MMA for over 2 years now, honestly, and I've been breaking them down and doing it for about a year now, watching it. And I really love it, and I've gotten my name out there on Twitter, and I just think this has been a long time coming. I've been considering doing YouTube for a while, and I feel like this is the time to do it. We have a sick card next week in UFC 281, and the fight that I'm going to be breaking down today is Carlos Ulberg versus Nicolae, and I can't wait for this fight as Carlos Ulberg is fighting at his city kickboxing with Israel Adesanya, Alexander Volkanovski, Brad Riddell, and Nicolae is fighting out of, let's see, he's fighting out of Corona Sports in Romania. And I'm getting these stats, guys, off of Uncle Weezy MMA's Patreon. You guys need to subscribe there for $5 a month because this guy has UFC 281 stats out right now. There isn't any capper in this game that puts in as much work as him, and you guys definitely need to check him out because it's the best $5 a month you guys will ever spend. But getting back to it, I really do like what Ulberg brings to the table with his striking. He uses his length and his reach as he is 6'4" and has a 7'7" reach advantage compared to Nicolae, who actually does have an inch reach advantage on him here, but also is 4 inches smaller going into this bout. But back to Ulberg's striking. I really like how he is on the feet. He uses his leg kicks at distance, and I love when his opponents walk in. He throws the straight front kick to the opponent's body so he can weaken the opponent's body so they could slow down more in the fight. Like, Nicolae brings a lot to the table, guys. Like, he is durable as all hell, and I've seen him rock several times as he only does have about a 39% striking defense. 39%. So, and you could just tell on the tape, guys, as this guy is so hittable. Like he hasn't faced the greatest competition, as he did win his last fight against Ihor. But guys, Ihor before that fight, in his last 6 bouts before that fight against the 6 fighters he fought against in the Ukraine promotion, guys, those people were 45 and 61 combined. 45 and 61 combined. Like Ihor, yeah, I might be saying his name wrong. I'm sorry. You guys can roast me in the comments section. I'm terrible with names, but like that's not a great win to me. He has a 19-2 record, but they're against cans. Like they're not against anybody who is UFC level. And Nicolae does tend to lose a lot of minutes on the feet as he just keeps his chin straight up in the air. And I know people are going to think that he's going to try wrestling in this fight, but he doesn't really shoot double legs. He really likes to get his opponents backed up against the cage so he can try to trip the leg, but he doesn't really have a technique, as his technique is more of like using his power so he can try to outstrengthen his opponents, and which will like lower his cardio going on throughout the fight, as he's not a technical striker, as he just throws a bunch of looping overhook shots, and he's not really a straight jab guy. Like he will throw a straight jab once in a while, but when he throws his straight jab and when he throws his left straight jab, he keeps that right hand so low, and it's just he's so hittable, and he's lost tons of minutes on the feet in the UFC. And to those guys that he lost to, like that Kenny Njoku fight was a crap fest. As I mean, my God, I think he landed about 11 strikes in each round. And you guys watch what Kennedy was doing to him in the third round. I mean, my God, I think Kennedy landed about like 43 strikes in the third round. And I mean, once Sal D'Amato, I mean, I lost so much money because of Sal D'Amato, but he did get that decision right. I thought Kennedy honestly won that fight. Like, he did more damage. And if you watch that fight now with the recent judges that we had, I think that's a loss. And Ihor completely death-gassed. He had nothing to give in that round two. As Nicolae, don't get me wrong, guys, he had one hell of a performance in that fight, but it wasn't good enough to me. Like, he's a plus 105 underdog coming into this bout, and Ulberg's minus 125, which I think this is a great spot for Ulberg. Like, I don't think the wrestling's going to play a big game into here, as Nicolae only does, like, the triple leg. He's not as, like, a double leg guy to, like, go for takedowns. Like, when he is going for, as I saw, like, when he tries to trip your leg, he puts all his weight into you, as, like, when you watch, the only time that Ulberg has, like, been shot on a takedown attempt was against Fabio Chiron. And if you guys have to watch that fight and you're doing tape, get a beer, get some weed, get something that's just going to relax you, because I was screaming at my computer, yelling, Fabio! Fabio! Throw a shot! Because Ulberg is standing right in front of you, chin up like this, just standing there like this. Like, I don't know what the hell that fight was from Fabio, but back to the point, he did go for a takedown. I think it was like, maybe it could have been late in the second round, maybe early in the third round. But when he went for that takedown, he put all his, like, it's the same way that Nicolae goes for takedowns. And Ulberg was able to sweep him with ease and, I mean, get him down. And he did take his back, but he didn't really get anything with it, as he does love to be on the feet more. But I really do love what Ulberg uses his jab as. Nicolae's hands are just, they're just down. I mean, it's terrible. Like, Ulberg's going to jab him up. I love the leg kicks out of Ulberg, as he's definitely going to slow the pressure game out of Nicolae, as I haven't seen tons of in Nicolae's fights where they have thrown leg kicks at him. And this is easily the best striker in my mind that Nicolae is going to face. And Nicolae does get hit with 9. I think he gets hit with 9 significant strikes per minute. And he throws 9 a minute and lands 3 per minute, as Ulberg throws 14. 14. My bad, guys. 14. And he lands 8.9 per minute. Like, Ulberg does throw more volume. He's the way better technical fighter. And with the guys he's training with, City Kickboxing is great takedown defense. Like, I've never really have seen any of those guys just get controlled and just grappled the whole entire fight. Like, I think this is an extremely good spot for Ulberg, and I think he can win tons of minutes on the feet here, potentially getting Nicolae out of there. But there is another prop that I am considering. There's 2 bets that I am definitely going to take a stab at, as I'm probably going to go get in early on the Ulberg money line after this video for 0.75 units at minus 120. And a bet that really is sticking out to me when it comes out is Nicolae round 3. And just listen to me out, guys, because you go back and you watch the Kenny and Njoku fight against Carlos Ulberg. Ulberg was beating the crap out of him, throwing knees, throwing everything into his strikes. And he's throwing a bunch of leg kicks. I think Ulberg, by the time he got knocked out, landed at least like 114 strikes, and he got knocked out. He was just throwing nonstop volume, but his chin was so far up in the air that it was extremely concerning. And the way Nicolae comes out in third rounds when he's losing, he is trying to go out there and finish the opponent. And I think the bookies, if you take round 3 straight up from Nicolae, I think you will get at least plus 1,200. I think minimum odds, maybe plus 900, but you guys put 1/10 of a unit on that, it's to win a unit. And I mean, I think he has to knock him out to win this fight. I think Ulberg is going to win tons of minutes. I think Ulberg is going to jab him up. I think Ulberg is going to kick the calf, slowing down the attack of Nicolae, making him consider more ways of coming in, because Nicolae is going to get jacked up. And once the first couple of jabs are going to hit him, he's going to be rethinking his game plan. And I guarantee you, because every game plan Nicolae's walked into is the pressure, nonstop pressure. How many shots? I understand, guys. He's never been knocked out, but how many shots can you eat with your chin? I just don't think this is a great spot for him at all. I love the Ulberg money line, and I love the little stab at Nicolae round 3. Well, that's it for this, guys. I really hope you enjoy these breakdowns. I'm going to try getting them out way more. And peace out, guys.